going on, y'all? This is Boxing Way back with another video. Just wanted to give you my thoughts on Mikey Garcia and him vacating the WBO title at 130. Um, I'm a huge supporter of Mikey Garcia. I really like him. One of my top 10 fights, top 3 fights, I believe I said it on here on camera, is a fight between him and Yuriorkis Gamboa. Okay, that's one of my most desired fights. And also with Terrence Crawford. I know they fought in the amateurs, and I always wanted to see them fight, especially now since Terrence Crawford is having so much success right now in boxing. Okay, so I still want to see those 2 fights. The Terrence Crawford fight is still very possible because eventually he's probably going to move up to 140 as well, which is the news of today. I saw on BoxingScene.com that Mikey Garcia is planning on moving up to 140. Okay, that's why he vacated the title. If you're not aware, he's having contractual issues with his promoter, Bob Arum, and Top Brink right now. So he hasn't been fighting for a while. Okay, the last time we seen him in the ring was against Juan Carlos Burgos, which wasn't a very impressive win for him. Part of it had to do with Burgos because Burgos was on his bike for a long period of time in that fight. Okay, Mikey was winning the fight pretty easily, but Burgos decided to run for the remainder of the fight, and Mikey Garcia is not the type of fighter that's going to chase you down and cut off the ring. And we saw how vulnerable he is if he fights a fighter with great lateral movement and stuff. So it wasn't a great fight for him, but it wasn't him all to blame. Okay, I think Mikey Garcia is a good fighter, a good technical fighter with good punching power. And I really like the kid, and it's messed up because he's too young in his career to have like contractual issues already with his promoter. Like, you're going long periods of time not fighting now. Okay, and I don't know if there's going to be any grudges held because of the fact that you're not fighting, with your promoter and everything. I don't know if he's trying to get out of his contract with Bob Arum completely. No one really knows, but we know what's happening with Andre Ward or what happened with the late Dan Goosen. We know what's going on between Chavez Jr. and Bob Arum as well. And I just hope Mikey doesn't get caught in the same situation where he's going to go long periods of time without fighting because of his contract. All right, so I really don't know I don't remember because it's been news, it's old news, and I don't remember the full details of why he's not, what's the issues between him and Bob Arum. But, it's a messed up situation. I hope he doesn't get too comfortable. Another thing I'm worried about is him moving up so quickly. Okay, he's moving up to 140, and like I know he spars. I noticed that like on the Maidana, the Showtime, what's it called? All Access. All right, he's usually sparring partners with Marcos Maidana, who is much bigger than him, well appears to be, but they sparred together. I noticed that Mikey has looked bigger, like, when he's not fighting. I don't know how big he is, but I know he's not really that tall. But my thing is this, him moving up to 140 so quickly, just totally jumping 135. He's barely fought at 130. Okay, he had trouble making weight at 126, so that's understandable. Then he fought at 130 a couple fights. Totally skips 135. Now he's at 140. 140 is a different class of fighters altogether. Okay, not too many fighters below 140 that I think can really compete at 140. Not too many of them. Okay, it takes a really skilled fighter, which I think he is, but I don't know if his power is going to translate well at 140. You got some killers up there at 140. You got Danny Swift Garcia, you got Lucas Batiste, Lamar Peterson, Adrian Broner. I could keep going on. Ruslan Provodnikov. You got a lot of fighters at 140, and he is a power puncher. He is a boxer puncher. He is a technical fighter, but I don't know if he's skilled on a level where he can outbox fighters without having to use his power, because I don't know if his power is going to be, that effective at 140. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, we already seen what he could do at 140 against Breeders' Prescott. But I'm not so sure about Mikey Garcia. I don't think he's on the skill level as Terrence Crawford. I think it's close, but I still think Terrence got the edge on that, right? He might have more power than Terrence Crawford, but as far as his skills, I don't think he's as skilled as Terrence Crawford, all right? So I'm really worried about him fighting at 140. And I'm hoping that he's not making this jump quick because he's just trying to rush a fight with Manny Pacquiao. I know Bob Arum is his promoter, and they've brought up, before possibly fighting a fight between Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. So I hope he's just not rushing up to 140 before he can get a shot at Manny Pacquiao. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to give that thought. So if they gave Orlando Salido won the interim title recently, and now he is full WBO champion. So congrats to him. He's like, 41, 42 years old, still, doing his thing at 130. It said in an article, too, that he also wanted his rematch with Mikey Garcia, which is a fight that I wouldn't have mind seeing, too, because the first fight was really good because Mikey Garcia was winning the fight, but Salido kept coming, and it started getting tough for Mikey later on in the later rounds. He ended up breaking his nose. Mikey Garcia had a broken nose, I believe, and they stopped the fight, and he won off points. But it was a really good fight, and Salido started coming back. And Salido's still fighting at a high level. He beat Lomachenko, and he's still fighting on a very high level. So, I hope Mikey Garcia is making the right decision, and I hope he gets his contract and everything situated with Bob Arum because I want to see him get back in the ring. All right, so that's just my thoughts on Mikey Garcia. Let me know what you guys think. And just let me know what you think of him moving at 140. How effective do you think he will be at 140? And who do you want to see him fight at 140? I don't want to see him fight the best yet. I want to see him fight maybe some top 20 guys, but not like the top 10 guys yet. All right, at 140, I want to see him fight a couple guys, see how the weight look, how he looks, moving up and making sure he's not chubby and slower, and I want to see how he looks at 140, all right? So let me know what you guys think, and make sure you hit subscribe. Peace.